Hi guys, right, so for the love of God, please stop investing in Erdington right now, at least for the time being. So let me go backwards. Now I've been invested in Erdington for a while now actually. I think my first HMO was in Erdington. I think we bought it about 12, 13 years ago. Still here, still got it. Cash flow quite well. The good thing about Erdington is that on the map it seems like it's quite far away from the city centre, but because of the road systems, it actually only takes you about 7 minutes by car and 15 minutes by bus. I actually timed it when I used to live here and studied in the city centre. It's also next to the Spaghetti Junction, so if you want to travel anywhere, that's also very useful. There's a high EU population here, and that's actually one of the reasons why you shouldn't invest there, but I'll go into that shortly. Also, the properties here, there's a lot of large properties. Let me just take you around. As you can see from these buildings, loads of large properties, very cheap. You can cut them up and turn them into en-suites. And turn them into bedrooms. So, in terms of the figures, that seems to work out quite well. Now, the problem is the area is just very saturated. There's due to the reasons I've mentioned. The other problem is, so obviously there's a lot of saturation, is that the demand in this area has dropped quite a bit. Now, Erdington, in terms of tenant profile, it has a high EU migration profile. Essentially, a lot of the tenants here, or prospective tenants, are from the EU. As a result of Brexit, a lot of EU migrants, or potential EU migrants, so a lot of EU migrants have gone home, and there's a lot less EU migrants coming here for work. So what does that mean? That means demand has dropped quite a bit as well. I think I read an article the other day about there's been about a 70% drop in people from the EU come to England as a result of Brexit. Now obviously Erdington, not everybody in Erdington is from the EU, but a high percentage of the people that live in Erdington are. So the demand has dropped quite a bit. Investors who have been following advice from people a few years ago, purchased a year ago, they're completing their projects now based on old information. So there are still projects and properties coming onto the market now based on information that is outdated. This is actually one of the reasons why working with somebody on the grounds who knows the area is actually also very important. I actually sent out some warning shots about half a year ago, indicating that Erdington would be hit by this. But that aside, anyway, so yeah, look, just don't invest in Erdington right now. Wait for Brexit to settle down. There's too much uncertainty. Wait for the pound to get a bit stronger. Then hopefully we'll get a bit more people wanting to move back into the area. But as it stands, demand has dropped, and there's too much supply. There's a lot more coming on board. There's also a lot of social housing coming to the area as well, and that has really affected the crime rate, I guess, and antisocial behaviour. Look at that. That's a mattress over there, and over there there's some nice bins. If you look from here, for example, all these bins are in front of the house. That's always an indicator of how many HMOs there are in an area. Okay, so a lot of social housing, a lot of competition, drop in demands. Now, this means that if you've got HMOs in the area, so the good, the good news is that we have a lot of properties in this area, and we're really good at finding tenants for them. So in this sort of situation, if you've got a property in the area, or if you've got a property that's coming onto the market in the area, you need a good lettings agent, somebody who has a lot of access to tenants and who can direct tenants to your property. You also need to do some work to your property, do some maintenance to make sure it's in good condition. It has to stand out from the crowd. Either that, or be prepared to drop your rent. But these are going to be, if you're not experiencing it already, you're going to be experiencing it soon, and you're going to be forced to take drastic action. Just be prepared for it. So either drop your rent and refurb, or refurb to a higher standard and stick out. So either make yourself more competitive, or make yourself more attractive in terms of what you offer. Right, so make sure you have a good lettings and management agency behind you when things in the market become difficult, because you need to get this room let. You need to know what's going, you need to be working with people who know what's going on in that local market, and who's prepared for it, and who has the right setup for it. So if you're interested, if you've got properties in the Erdington area and you need help, let me know. If you are looking to invest in Erdington right now, please don't. Wait for a few years, wait to see what happens with Brexit. Hopefully it will resolve itself. Hopefully the market will sort itself out. Then ask around, ask for the opinions of local experts, see what they say, ask around some more, and then consider reinvesting. But for now, don't invest in Erdington. Okay, then this is especially, this message goes out to all the newbie investors who are recently messaging me, asking me about this area. Hopefully that's helpful. If you've got any questions, just get in touch. I'll try and find that link to the link to the article. I think it was on the Guardian or newspaper somewhere, with regards to Brexit numbers and migration. I'm sure there were some other points, but I've forgotten it now. So, alright, talk soon. Bye.